Hello there, welcome back to Regen Rovers. Today it is episode 48 and you're probably pleased to see there is an absence of vegetables in today's introduction. We've now played 24 games this season and we're in 11th place. We're floating around just under the playoffs, but it could go either way this season. We might have a bit of a gap appear between us and that playoff zone if we're not careful. And we've only got a +1 goal difference. I suppose it's just mid-table form. 12 wins, 3 draws, 9 losses. There's potential here. But realistically, I guess we're going to finish mid-table. But today, we're going to be taking on Eastleigh, a local derby, of course. And they're towards the bottom of the table. We need to be winning these sorts of games if we do want to get into the playoffs. We're also going to take on Accrington Stanley at home. So 2 home games. And the first one against Eastleigh, I think it's been chosen as a TV game. I feel like it's because it's a local derby. I don't know whether the game should know that because it has. I inputted where we're based. Winchester even input the latitude and longitude, so it actually shows that we are close to Eastleigh. So that's pretty cool if that is the case. Anyway, we're taking on Eastleigh. That's all you need to know. In the last few games, then we've done quite well, and I have tinkered. You know, I'm a bit of a tinker man, and I've kind of moved away from that in the last couple of seasons and just stuck with the tactic. We are still playing a 4-3-3, but you'll notice the roles have changed. I've gone with 2 Carroleros because Godwin and Owusu both are natural Carroleros, and I feel like they're apparently shuttlers. They're not box-to-box midfielders in the fact that they just go bum, 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 up and down. They're kind of going from side to side and just linking the defence midfield to the attack. And then we've got Webb as the central midfielder on attack. And I'm playing the deep line forward still, but Alec McCann has moved there, and it's kind of working. We've also gone, we either play cautious or positive, depending on who we're playing. Against Eastleigh, we'll probably go positive, especially as we're at home. But I have changed to shorter passing. We've been more expressive, we've lowered the tempo a little bit. We've still got the same instructions for these, for the in transition and out of possession. But I want there to be a little bit more about our play. It's been entertaining seeing the direct football, scoring lots of goals and conceding lots of goals at times, but it's got a little bit frustrating. So I have changed things. I don't think I changed it in time for the Telford game. I've basically tinkered over the last few games. Corey scored from the penalty spot to give us a draw against Telford. We actually created the chances. They had a lot more shots. In the end, they did manage to get an equaliser. Now, this game against Chesterfield is the first game where I did change the style of play. And we didn't go quite so direct. You can see, shorter passing, getting involved. We're not pumping it there for the pace of our strikers. Instead, Alec McCann driving at the back line. Look at all the men getting forwards into the box there. That is quite remarkable. Paul McCann with a tidy finish in the end. But that is the first time we've really seen that sort of goal from Regen Rovers. This game was crazy. 4-3. This is a good old-fashioned Regen Rovers match. Sean Walker opened the scoring early on in this game. It was end-to-end stuff. You can see, chances-wise, we had more clear-cut chances. They had a few more shots, but this was once again some nice play on the edge of the box. Lots of men getting into the box to support, and we got a lovely goal. They did turn it around. I think they went 2-1 up, but we managed to get an equaliser here. Alec McCann, we went a bit more direct there. I think I had it on standard passing rather than short passing in this match. But Alec McCann drove in and smashed it home. Great finish. Ray Riggs scored a free kick. Maybe the keeper should have done a little bit better, but coming off the bench, nice free kick. And it was actually in the 87th minute that we got the winner. We turned this around because they were 2-1 up, 3-2 up, but we managed to win 4-3 in the end. 87th minute, Elliot Allison with the goal, but it's a cracking pass from Ray Riggs. Look at that, what a ball. And it's a lovely finish. We worked so hard against Boreham Wood. We didn't play particularly well going forwards, but defensively, I mean, Okoro pulled off some fantastic saves, and it wasn't until the 88th minute that they finally broke our defence. And most recently, a good FA Trophy first round win against Dover. I think they're in the division below. Samson, I put him back into the first team for this match, and he had an absolute blinder. The first time he has performed for us. 2 assists, man of the match. Of course, I've been playing Rob Halliday because the senior was injured. He's just back, and he will be playing today's match. But I've now there's a bit of competition there, but I mean, it's only one good game from Sampson. Rob Halliday's played quite a few good games standing in for Eastleigh. Agu managed to get a goal in this match, and you'll notice Elliot Avison has come alive since I've changed the tactic. He's scoring goals. Another really good assist from Sampson for Elliot Avison's second of the match. Great finish at the back post. So, Regen Rovers versus Eastleigh. It's not a long journey for them at all. They're just going up the track to Regen Rovers, and that brings me on to today's Paul's Big Day Out. Those of you that know Eastleigh will probably think, Eastleigh, Paul's Big Day Out, what? You know, I like where I live. I live in Eastleigh, for those of you that don't know. And although it's not necessarily the most beautiful place, if you're into trains, it's a good place to go, it's the theme today. Trains, up the track. They're going up the track to Winchester to take us on. But they've got a good train depot. I showed you some pictures there of the train area, whatever it's called. Something like that, because you can actually go onto the station. There's no barriers, so you can, if you're a train spotter, you can see that there's a nice bridge to see the trains coming in, and yeah, it's interesting. So if you're into trains, maybe go to Eastleigh. Bit random, I know. Anyway, this is the team we're playing to take on Eastleigh. The core and goal: Higgins, Donnelly, Avison. Assini is back, so you're going to be playing left back. Rob Halliday on the bench. Godwin, Webb and Owusu. Avison, Alec McCann and Agu up front. Nice simple journey for Eastleigh Football Club up to Plumbing Park today. Then they didn't take the train because unfortunately we don't have a train station near us. They'd have to go there and then walk along this road, which wouldn't be much fun. I am thinking maybe in the future, if we're a Premier League team, we need to try and get a football stadium built here. So, football stadium? Obviously, we've already got a football stadium built here. A trade station built here in the St Cross area. And that'd be perfect. I mean, we've got a good park and ride system here. Just over here. If we look at the satellite, where's the park and ride? Somewhere around here. There it is. Park and ride. And this is where the stadium is. So if we had a train station here, that would be ideal for matches, of course. Eastleigh going with a 4-2-3-1. Then their best performer this season is Thomas O'Connor in defensive midfield. He doesn't look bad. I mean, 15 long shots. That could be a problem. We know how overpowered they are. This is their top. Is he their top goal scorer? Yep, he is. So they are struggling, and that's why we need to take advantage today. Hopefully the new system will work well. Worked well against Dover. Although it wasn't really a short pass. It was two good crosses from Sampson in the end that won us that game, really. Hopefully Sampson will grow into the team. He's a good player. He's just had a horrible start to his Regen Rovers career. Off we go then. Let's get creative from the start. I've given us the ability to be expressive. I think that's something that my midfielders can do. We've got some decent passes in there. Of course, Sean Walker's a good passer, but he's not playing in midfield today. By the way, I've still got a cold. I'm so snotty, it's horrible. I don't feel, colds, you don't really feel ill. You've just got symptoms, haven't you? And it's just a bit irritating. Anyway, here we come. Early goal. No, Agu heads it into the keeper's body. Nice play though. Higgins hasn't got as many assists this season. I think he's only got 2 assists this season. His average rating is still very impressive. But assist-wise, I thought that was going in. Akora managed to catch it. Yeah, assist-wise, he's not been quite so impressive this year. Not the most interesting starts of the game. 1 shot each at this point. Agu back to Assini, though, and maybe we've got an opportunity here. He puts a decent-looking cross in. It is blocked, though. Alec McCann couldn't get on the end of that. And Valenti coming over the halfway line into Bairn. They're approaching my box. This looks dangerous. Darcy, Mr. Darcy, crosses it back to Hegarty, crosses it in, and I sense a goal. 1-0. Mr. Darcy scores against us. What a poor first half from us. Against, they're not necessarily rivals. I kind of want to regard them as friendly rivals. Assini not having the best game. Ian Donnelly playing, but we're just not playing well at all. Hit early crosses. I'm going to go for that because that has worked well. We're going to counter press and get in their faces. Get stuck in. Push up a bit. Come on, lads. Do something. Well, this is shocking. Assini's just got injured again. So on comes Rob Halliday. Let's increase the tempo. There's been 0 half or clear cut. There's been no half or clear cut chances in this game. I think Eastleigh have probably defended well. They've just had this solid base to try and hold us out. But it is poor from us. Really poor. And this looks dangerous. Oh, somehow that doesn't go in. That's the first half chance of the game. I'm going to go attacking. Right, time to make subs. Alec McCann's going to go there. We're going to bring Paul McCann on. Sean Walker's going to come on for Godwin. I've just brought Perry Miles on. Perry Miles is going to come on. Let's give Perry Miles a go. Here's a throw-in. Maybe this is a good... What is that? We had 4 men empty and Higgins just throws it to one of their players. Makes no sense. Halliday knocks it long, even though I've told us to go short passing. Is this going to be an actual highlight, or is it because we're waiting for changes to be made? Avison intercepts easily into the path of Owusu, into Perry Webb, back to Owusu. Oh, that could be a good ball. Elliot Avison on the end of it, crosses it in. Agu, come on Agu, off the post. Alec McCann is in. Oh, thank goodness for that. We have been awful today, but Alec McCann gets his 13th goal of the season. It's a long old punt from Owusu in the end. He's just had enough of the short passing. Good cross. Agu does well to hit the post really from that angle, and then McCann via deflection finds the back of the net. Chance maybe. Perry Webb free kick into the box. That's a decent looking ball. Agu! Oh, how's that not gone in? I think it's a really good block. There's a minute to go, and Eastleigh are on the attack here. It's not long. Okoro picks up the pieces. Now, can we build from the back? He will smash it because that's what I've told him to do. But maybe, just maybe, we can grab a last gasp winner. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll be a loss because Eastleigh now on the ball. There's 50 seconds, 40 seconds, 30 seconds to go. That's not... Oh, what? Where's the defending there, lads? Okoro does really well and Avison does well. But that was poor. That's the first clear-cut chance for Eastleigh all game. There is the final whistle. I forgot to comment on this. Last gasp goal from Eastleigh. But it was actually offside. I fell asleep. I thought it was full time. But they scored with the last touch, but it was offside, thankfully. So it finishes 1-1. And it was a bit of a boring game. The football that we have been playing is quite nice. But today it wasn't. Disappointed. So we're seeing he's having a bit of an injury hit season. 3 to 4 weeks out injured now. So it's going to be on the shoulders of Rob Halliday and Sampson to fight for that left back place again. We're 11th. I think it's going to be a mid-table finish this year, isn't it? There's still a chance, but we're not taking the opportunities. So for today's second match, we're taking on Accrington Stanley, who are making the long journey down south to Plumbing Park. Happy New Year. It's the 1st of January 2024. 5 years in the future. What's the world going to look like in 5 years? Let's not go too deep today. Accrington Stanley, of course, the favourites, but we have beaten them before. 1 win, 1 loss. They're in 6th place. Looking to try and push up to first, I suppose. I mean, they're 11 points off Wrexham. It's a bit unrealistic. I guess they're looking for a playoff place. So we've seen he's injured. I'm going to bring in Rob Halliday. Sampson's going to go onto the bench. And, oh, Perry Webb's tired. I think I'll play Sean Walker today. Got some tired legs. We only played on Friday, but Accrington only played 2 days ago. So we've got that one up on them there, I suppose. I think, Alec McCann's tired as well. I'm actually going to swap him with Avison because McCann, but that position does a lot of running. So, although Avison's more natural, I'll swap them around for this game. Accrington Stanley then. They're playing a lot of regens. Their midfield and defence are completely full of regens. Top goal scorer though, Will Miller, real life player. 12 goals this season alongside Connolly. They've got some good players. You can see why they're up there. Let's get on with this then. Out they come. Into their little huddles. And off we go. How many times have I sort of tinkered with this formation over the seasons and then just reverted back to just pumping it over the top? Because that's the way it works for us. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see how it works today. Got it on cautious because they are the favourites. Walker now on the ball into Assini. See, we're going to try and pass it short, and it could lead to problems. Oh no. Oh, we've got out of that. Higgins now on the ball. Marcus Higgins. He's pumped it long, looking for Alec McCann. That's our old tactic. And oh my, what a goal! Best goal of the season. Why have they got no away fans here? I suppose it's a long journey, but they're not. I thought Accrington Stanley, they're a decent sized club at this level, aren't they? But look at that. That is hilarious. Accrington straight on the attack though, looking for an equaliser. Walker does well, and then that was surely a foul. Luckily it's gone over. But what was that? Referee! Is it our old friend Amy Fern? Okay, look at all our players just swarming around. I have obviously looked at this when I play my own games. Oh, let's wait a second. Connolly, oh, good save of Corey. So when I play the games behind the scenes, I do watch them with more highlights. Obviously, I'll just show you the key highlights because otherwise the video is going to be too long. But for matches I play myself, I play with longer highlights so I can see how the tactic works, and it is quite enjoyable to see the movement. I'm still perfecting it, obviously, and it's worked okay today, even if it is a fluky goal and we've only had one shot and we've relied on Okoro. But we're winning. That's the main thing. I think I'll turn that off. Slow things down a bit, and off we go. Let's see if we can hold on. Okoro is convinced. I can't say I've seen that before. That's a really random feeling to have, convinced. Here's a go. Godwin. This could be an opportunity here. Godwin back to Walker. Oh, he scores another beautiful goal. He scored a few of these last year. He wasn't even necessarily first choice, was he? But he scored a lot of long-range shots last season, and he scored a couple this year now. This is probably his best yet this season. That is a wonderful strike. Look at all those defenders with brilliant ratings to Halliday. Oh no, that's not a great throw. Here's Miller. But Donnelly steps in. Excellent defending. That's headed away. Walker now into Alec McCann. Maybe I need to think about bringing off one of the strikers. Averson, Godwin, Walker. Nice play. Alec McCann on the charge. Out wide to Higgins. Come on, Higgins. Decent cross required. Left-footed. And it's a tap it. It's offside. I'm actually going to take a go off. We're going to throw on Perry Miles, who will play defensive midfield. I'm going to swap Averson and... Alec McCann's quite tired. We'll keep him on for the time being. We've played quite well in the second half. That's a bit unlucky. There's two players offside. It's quite tight, but it's definitely offside. Oh, corner. Owusu to take it. Into Rob Halliday. Cuts in. Crosses it in. Headed away. Donnelly! 3-0. Wow. What a performance this is. We haven't played amazingly well. The second half has been much improved, but still we're 3-0 up. Fantastic stuff. Now I'm going to take Alec McCann off for Paul McCann. And what else do we do? I think we're bringing Rob Halliday. We've got to throw on Samson. This is where it could all go wrong. But Halliday's on a yellow. This is nice stuff. Owusu into Halliday. The short corner. It does work, the short corner. I know it sometimes just peters away, but it does work. And that is Donnelly's first ever goal for the club. I'm surprised how we've done this. I'm really surprised, considering how poor we were against Eastleigh. How comfortable we've been today. They've had chances. Okoro kept them out in that first half. There were some important saves from him. 7.7 performance from him. But Ian Donnelly, man of the match thanks to his goal and very good defending as well. Overall, defensively fantastic. We saw a beautiful goal from Sean Walker as well. And we're back up into playoff contention, I would presume. Let's have a look. 10th. We're 3 points off the playoffs still. But yeah, we're there. We're there or thereabouts. And the end of the season, we've still got pretty much half the season to go, but the end part of the season could be an interesting battle, an interesting run-in. Now you'll notice in a couple games' time, we're taking on Winchester City in the Hampshire Senior Cup quarter-final. So wish me luck for that. We want to get revenge. I would show that much, but I've shown you a lot of matches quite recently, haven't I? And we don't really care about the Hampshire Senior Cup, but I do want to beat Winchester. So next episode, it'll be... I'm not entirely sure when, but I hope you're looking forward to it nonetheless. Whenever it is. Whatever matches I show. I'm enjoying this season, even though it's obviously a bit more of a challenge. But that's, if anything, that's more interesting because it is a bit more of a challenge. But I'll just show you some statistics at this point of this. We're kind of halfway through because it's now the 1st of January. Alec McCann top scorer with 13. We've then got Agu with 10, Averson with 8, McCann with 7, and then there's a few players with 3s and 2s. Fawkes is on there with 3. Assists wise, Alec McCann is top with 10, Elliot Averson with 9, then there's a bit of a drop, but as you can see, Higgins only 2 this season. He's still got a good average rating though, and he's also got the most man of the match awards. Highest average rating is actually Rob Halliday. He's only played 7 games so far, but he's done well since getting back into the first team. Marcus Higgins is the highest of the players that have really played a big chunk of games this season. Alec McCann's up there. Assini is up there, even though he's had a little bit of a up and down season, especially with injuries. David Okoro, that's probably the highest he's been on the list, because goalkeepers, traditionally, it's very difficult for them to get very good average ratings. But he has done really well this season with his average ratings. And interestingly, his best average ratings have come from seasons when we've struggled. Like his biggest average rating, highest average rating, league-wise, these are the league average ratings, is the season we conceded 74 goals, which is the most we've conceded in the league. It might have been because he got a lot of, 6 goals from the penalty spot, but I think it's because he was having a lot of pressure put on him. He was conceding a lot of goals, but he was saving a lot as well. Remember that season, without him, we'd have conceded millions of goals, I think. He's so consistent. He really is. The last 4 seasons so far, over 7 average rating, which is really good for a goalkeeper. That's like having an 8, I think, for a normal player. Probably like a 7.5 or something. Anyway, we'll end it there. Thank you for watching today's episode. Maybe go pop down to Eastleigh one day, have a look at the trains. If you're into trains, you might even bump into me. But until next time, enjoy FM19, enjoy the rest of your day. See you very soon.